Welcome back to our course on PSE 15. It's now time to look at shake reduction. This newly added feature, well, it was added in PSE 14 in fact, is intended to compensate for camera shake. And as I understand it, one of the driving forces behind the introduction of this feature was the difficulty that many people have taking selfies with a steady hand. We're not going to use this feature on a selfie in this section. I'm going to use a shaken hand taking this picture of the sheep. But try it on your selfies. I think you'll find in many cases it will really help. It's not really intended to compensate for objects moving in an image, but in my experience sometimes it's worth trying that if you do have a slightly blurred object. However, also in my experience, it does work best if the problem is camera shake, which will normally affect, of course, the whole image. Now, once again, as with haze removal, there's a fully automatic version and then there's a semi-automatic version. Let's have a go at the fully automatic one first. This picture of a sheep doesn't really suffer particularly from camera shake, but there is a little bit of shake there. And you may remember from earlier on when we were looking at selection, the edge of the sheep's quite blurry in places, and I think this is primarily because of camera shake when the image was taken. So let's go up to the Enhance menu. One of the options there is Auto Shake Reduction. Once again, it does take a little while. And when it's done, I think there's a noticeable difference. And I do think that the image already looks a little bit sharper. And I have noticed that where camera shake is more of an issue, the improvement that it makes can generally be very good. But let's look next at the semi-automatic version. So I'm going to undo what I did there. Go back up to the Enhance menu and select Shake Reduction. Now this time, as with the haze removal, we have a before and after view. We also have a sensitivity slider, and then we have a little region marked on the image, what's called a shake region. And the shake region is the one that we can tell PSE to concentrate on when it's looking to correct a problem with shake. The region starts in the middle of the image, and we can move this around. So for instance, I could make it bigger, or I could grab it by the little pin in the middle and turn it round. You can in fact have more than one shake region on an image. So if I click here, I could add another region. And then PSE would look at both regions and analyze both regions to work out what to do to compensate for shake. I'm going to close that second one for the moment, just concentrate on the first one. Now, bearing in mind that PSE takes a little while to analyze the region each side, you can see that little progress bar there. Once it's done what it's going to do, based on the analysis of the region that you've targeted it at, then it will come up with a preview of the reduced shake. On this occasion, there's the after. If I click on the before, you can probably see the difference. But what I will do on this occasion is I'll click on OK. Then the shake reduction will be applied to the whole image. And what I'm going to do is to zoom in on the top of the sheep's head, which is an area we looked at earlier in the course. So what you're looking at now is the top of the sheep's head after shake reduction. If I undo the shake reduction, look carefully at the wool at the top of its head. You see how much more blurry it was before? There's actually quite a significant difference there. Now, any effect like that will be very much exaggerated by zooming in that far. And as I said before, where the shake was actually caused by camera shake, and particularly where it's very noticeable, I think shake reduction can do a pretty good job. That's the end of this section. I'll see you in the next one.